peace when you want to leave it?
So Kenny's just said that ex-Muslims take the easy road. And I am just immeasurably angry at that comment. Do you know what I had to do to leave Islam? Do you understand? Remaining a Muslim and remaining in denial is way easier than leaving it. Leaving it is not something simple. You don't just go from A to B. I had to leave my whole family. I had to leave my home. I had to leave the area that I live in. I had to get in contact with the police, with the social workers. I can't go back to my country from which I'm from. I'm an immigrant to this country. I cannot go back to my old country for fear of lynching. Like, I am afraid of the mob. I can't rejoin my old community. Like, how dare you claim that it's being an ex-Muslim is the easy road? In what context is it easy? Please explain to me.
Seeker.
Hey, Kenny, you saying it boils down to a lack of desire to pray and your inclinations to do whatever you want. I had an inclination to pray. I would be the first one up in my house to do Fajr. I would be the last one to go to bed because I would pray Tahajjud. Don't come to me and try to figure out why I left Islam when you have no idea who I am. I'm so immeasurably angry at you. You think that it's easier to leave Islam, okay, leave praying 5 times a day and doing nothing else but worshipping Allah and then trying to make a life for yourself. You think this is easier than doing that 5 times a day, wasting your time going up and down on the floor.
And Scarlet Fox is saying ignorance is bliss. It's much easier to be a Muslim than an ex-Muslim. And that is so true, because you don't need to think. You don't need to do anything. You just obey. You follow instructions.
Everything is done for you. Everything is done for you as a Muslim. You don't need to make up your mind about anything. Allah tells you how to do everything in your damn life, even if you have to make up the bullshit, as we've just seen with these inheritance verses, even if you have to make it up as you go along. Nothing about leaving Islam is easy. Especially, it's hard enough in the UK, but in 14 countries where there is the death penalty for leaving, it's even harder. So I don't know where you get off by saying that leaving Islam is easier than staying a Muslim.
See it now.
Kenny, you can go on about me drinking all you want, okay? I'm a 24-year-old woman. I'm in the UK. It's legal for me to drink. And I've never experienced it before I left Islam. Now, you can go on about the entire time. We're not talking about that. We're talking about your claim that leaving Islam, being an ex-Muslim, is easier than being a Muslim. And your only thing that you have said is that it's out of laziness. Laziness is what makes it easy.
No, that's
I'm
terrible.
sorry, but nothing else about my life is easier. Nothing about my life is easier since leaving Islam. Okay, I could have gone on being a sheep, and it would have been super easy for me to do that. Probably would have been in the ground by now, considering the type of person my father was. But it would have been easier for me to follow than change.
Can I just say, on top of that, just to confirm what Faye said, my family own a martial arts club in the town that I live in. So it's not as if we're not, I'm not familiar with violence or anything like that, or what bravado is. And I'll say that amongst people on this planet, the bravest people I know are female ex-Muslims. That's the certainty to stand and be counted for leaving a faith, knowing the repercussions that take place when you leave it. I can't think of a situation in life that is braver than a woman that's left Islam.
So it's quite weird that somebody will say, well, now that you're an ex-Muslim, you always had it in your heart. Your heart was always like tainted, and you've always wanted to, find hatred within you or something like that. It's quite strange for me. It's quite weird.
If Allah's real and Islam is real, and on the Day of Judgment, Allah tries to put that to me, I will have a serious disagreement with him.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah.
People can vouch for me. I went to an Islamic school. I have connections with Muslims who I still talk to from my previous life. They can vouch that I was the most practicing of my year group. I would continually go to like duxis and mosques, and I would, take part in trivia quizzes and win money at mosques every single week because I was the best in that year. And I'm not saying that I'm a scholar or I'm the most knowledgeable of all Muslims. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I had a genuine interest in Islam. I had a reverence for the Quran, and I deeply, deeply worshipped Allah. And I just I hate it when other people who have no idea who I am, who've only known me for, you know, an hour and 34 minutes, if that, come along and say, well, you always wanted to sin, as if Muslims don't sin anyway. I did my best to be the most practicing Muslim I could, and it just wasn't enough. You know, the religion was not something that was true, so I had to leave it. That's how people should process ideas. If it doesn't fit you, you're meant to leave. That's the thing.
But the thing